Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. But today's video I'm going to be doing an updated get ready with me for my everyday makeup look, which is this look here. With having my hair dyed dark, I didn't really want to do a video until this one had been done, because I know everybody always requests for an everyday makeup routine. Whenever I do any of my polls on Instagram, it's always an updated everyday makeup routine. I think it's probably because it's like the easiest thing to sort of you can get the products for if you are wanting to try new products and things like that. Here we are, but I just want to wait until my hair turned brown because I knew I would be changing my makeup, and I've kind of got a much warmer skin tone with my brown hair, purely because I kind of need to do that, otherwise I would start looking like some sort of vampire, or what's she called? What's the one called from the Addams Family? Veronica? The Addams Family. Morticia? I'm sure that's who it is. Anyway, I would start looking like Morticia Addams. That is who it is, definitely. I did want to wait until I had that for my updated makeup routine. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Remember to like and subscribe if you do. And yeah. So the first step of doing my everyday makeup is getting my base ready as per normal. So the products I'm going to be using, as always, are my Vitamin C Moisturiser from the Body Shop for my base. The Charlotte Tilbury Lip Collagen Bath for my lips. And of course a good primer and under eye cream. Before I put my foundation on, to finish off my base, I'm going to be using the Sleek Makeup. This is the Hydrating Primer, really moisturising primer, and I didn't actually think I like primers like this one. This one is a nice kind of in-between, sort of like a powder primer and obviously a liquid powder. When you sort of rub it into your face, it leaves the feeling of it being very powdery. Which I never actually thought I would like as a primer. I always like one which is extremely like tacky. Like this isn't tacky at all. If we have a look, like hardly anything drawn back from that one. But I have been using it for the past couple of days and I've really liked the finish I've had, and my makeup has stayed on, so no complaints there with that one. And it's about a fraction of the price my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer would be. I'm not saying they're like a dupe of each other, they're really not, because they're very extremely different. But if you're sort of looking for a more affordable primer, this does kind of remind me a little bit of the Benefit Professional one. If you have ever dabbled in that one, it is honestly, it is like a cult classic. So definitely give this one a go. I'm going to be mixing two of my foundations together. This is the Nars Sheer Glow Foundation and the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. What an oldie but a goodie foundation. I know it does receive a lot of backlash, but it's always worked wonders for me. So we're going to mix these two together. I use mine in the shade Punjab and also in the shade NUW. Oh my god, I swear down, I just need to stop this video and start from the beginning. In the shade NW20. So very warm. I do one pump on my of the Studio Fix Fluid, and then I just kind of drop this onto the back of my hand, if ever it's going to come out again. As per usual, I'm going to be taking a flat topped foundation brush, and I'm just going to mix these together on the back of my hand to really warm them up, and then we're just going to go to town on my face. But now that I've buffed that into my skin, I'm going to go in with my concealer. I'm using the Lasting Perfection concealer in the shade Fair 1. And again, taking a flat topped concealer brush, I'm just going to buff this into my skin. So now that I've concealed and highlighted the place I want to highlight, I'm going to go in and use a bronzer on my face just to warm up the skin. For every day I don't really like to contour, and it's not really like the end of the world if I do or don't do that. It doesn't really matter to me. So I just like to warm it up. I use cream bronzer, and the one I'm going to be using today is the Fenty bronzer, and I'm going to be using mine in the shade Macchiato. That's a lie, I'm not. It's the shade number 2, Butta Biscuit. As per usual, I'm going to be using my same brush. This is a Real Techniques brush, and this is, I think it was a blush brush. Using my Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Beauty Light wand, and this is like the liquid highlighter. It's really lovely and dewy when you put it on. I actually like to tap it onto my finger instead of putting it on like with the dabber, purely because I just think it looks a bit more authentic. But you'll be able to see in just a second just how gorgeous it looks when it's on. And there we go, we've got that nice little reflection on there. Again, one dab of a hand just isn't enough, so we're going to go in with 2, maybe 3. But again, this I place just on the cheeks. I feel like when I put it on my nose, it starts on my cupid's bow, but when I put it on my nose, it does cause my makeup to separate on my nose. I don't know why. It doesn't have the same effect around here, but it does on my nose, definitely. So we're going to avoid that area like the corona. And again, I'm going to go in with 2 lots of that there, just so it flows. I love these. They're so good. They do them in the blushes and everything like that. And so you don't have the sort of hassle of having the product distribute all over when you have the sort of squirty things like these. You can actually lock it so it prevents the makeup from coming out, which I absolutely love. It means it's a lot less messy. So next thing I'm going to be doing is taking my Mercier, and I'm going to be taking my Charlotte Tilbury powder. So this is the Candle Glow Sheer Lightening Powder, and this is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, both in the shade 1. And I'm going to just be using these to set my under eyes and around my face. Around my face, it is my face, around my mouth and sort of forehead area. So the first one I'm going to go in with is the Candle Glow. I really love this for doing my under eyes, and it's just such a lovely powder, really light, really sort of beautiful on the skin, and it really allows that highlight that I've just applied to kind of shine through and really be accentuated. Oh, can you see how you've still got that light there? Amazing, that's what we want. For setting the rest of my face, I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury powder. This is literally like pan with a side of powder, not powder. It's literally like we have hit pan big time on this one. But it's literally just cracked. Oh my god, like, have I still got time to call Santa and say, Santa, please, can you bring me one of them? I'm going to have to... It's come away from the bottom as well. Oh my god. It's like hanging in the balance of like, oh my god, it's giving me stress. Okay, we're just going to dab it lightly. I'm like dabbing it in, like there's just cracks all over it. My day's ruined. I know this is literally the most dramatic thing ever, but it's literally just cracked all over the fucking floor as well. We're just going to close this powder and just pretend none of that shit just happened. And tomorrow we're going to wake up and it's going to be fixed. And using my Hoola Caramel as per usual, my absolute go-to in terms of contouring. So for blush, I'm going to be using my Nars Deep Throat. This is honestly one of my favourite shades, and I've actually changed the way I use my blush at this moment in time. I'm actually going to take an actual blush brush instead of my fan brush, and as much as I love my fan brush, I've just kind of been like in a different vibe with my blush at the minute. Like, I kind of love blush that much that I've just kind of been enjoying packing it onto my skin and making me look like really rosy. So yeah, this is a gorgeous peachy shade. I'm just gonna go in and do what I do. Finally, for my base, what I'm going to do is just take my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. It is the Airbrush bronzer. Oh my goodness, this is like my favourite bronzer. It is like a gradual appliance, but I just love it. It just makes your skin look so just lovely. like it just makes it look lush really. I use mine in the shade, I think mine's in 2. Yeah, 2, which I want to say is tan. So if I have a little look, it's just literally so beautiful. Just ignore my fingerprinty bits up there, but yeah, so beautiful, love it. And again, as per usual, just using a big Zoeva face brush, and we're just gonna bronze up the entire skin. To give my eyes some dimension, I'm going to be using my Amrezy palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, of course, and I'm just going to be using these 2 shades. It's New Yorker, and the shade OG. I'm just going to mix them together, and I literally just do my crease and sort of my lid, but very, very lightly. I don't want it to be too intense or anything like that, but it's just to give my eyes some depth. Just kind of changes it up a little bit, makes everything look a bit warmer and draws the eye into that sort of bronzing that's going on around the skin. I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera because they're really boring to watch, and then I'll be back and we'll just finish off with the lips. So I went away, did my eyebrows. As always, I used my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow pomade, and I use mine in the shade medium brown. I then set my brows in place with the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel, and I actually put some mascara on my bottom lashes, and I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Brag as well. So I'm now going to go ahead and finish off my look using a lip liner. What I'm going to be using is actually the Kylie Jenner, and this is in the Dolce case, so this is a long, like we are going back, like how long has Kylie Jenner been back, like doing lips? Like a while. So one of the original ones. I absolutely love the shade. I've used it so many times, so I actually found one of these lip liners, and I was like, thank God I found one, because one of my favourite shades ever. And then I'm also going to be using another oldie but goodie, and it is MAC Velvet Teddy, and I've just been loving like a bit of a darker and a bit of a warmer sort of toned lip, with a bit of a brownie undertone as opposed to a pinky or sort of just a nude sort of lipstick. And yeah, that's what I've been really liking recently, so I'm going to go ahead and just do that. Oh, we have it here. Last thing I'm going to do is just set my makeup in place, and I'm going to be using the Decay All Night Setting Spray, my absolute favourite one. Make sure the bangs are in place. And this is the finished makeup look. So thank you again so much for watching. I can't thank you enough for all the support in my first sort of 6-month adventure. In my first 6 months of this sort of YouTube adventure. I'm so glad I actually took the plunge into starting my YouTube channel. I honestly like just look forward to doing it. It's like my nice little serenity and sort of escapism from when I'm working, and I just really enjoy doing it. So as always, if you want to follow me on any of my social media channels, you are always welcome. I'll leave the links below, and they would have been dotted out around the video anyway. And again, please, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe. You can also turn the notification bell on if you want updates from when I post videos as well. But again, thank you so much everyone.